Pinhead Larry. Shit.
Gear up fast, we're about to get evil. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
The finger got stuck on the riser. See, I got a riser. Every now and again, it fucking slips off. Forgot I had that son of a bitch.
All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
I want that bird ready in Toledo's coordinates. Things all here. Word came down. We are green to go. So gear up and grab your chutes. We're going to the war zone. You are cleared hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
I guess I underdressed with the occasion.
Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Your team leader. Set a drop point for your squad, soldiers.
Yeah, fuck that goddamn little wasp camper gun.
Squad mates redeploying. Well done. Squad mates back on station. Good work. Reinforcements inbound. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Uncle Frank trying to touch my AO.
You're losing ground. Move it. Be advised, enemies deployed a buy station. deserter left your squad. We'll redeploy you faster to make up for it.
I guess he didn't like the
You're back on station. Go get after it. Your squad mates redeploying. Well done. You got a loadout drop inbound.
Of course.
Deploy the mosquito. Hostile mosquito is online.
Friendly Guardian is active.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
You got reinforcements inbound.
Oh shit.
Hostile mosquito is online.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Detecting an encrypted transmission. Prep for orders.
Hostile Guardian has been destroyed.
Decrypt the enemy signal by leading an enemy kills. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
Hostile Guardian is active.
Our Guardian's lost power.
Hostile airstrike near your location.
Let's push harder to break in.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Fuck me. Goddamn camping motherfucker. I love campers.
Gas is inbound. Get ready. You're redeploying. Your squad mate's redeploying. Well done.
Motherfuckers.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Fucking faggots. Fuck. The fuck?
it's time for some target breaks. Real thing's coming soon. Enemies dropping into the AO. Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war.
Prep for dust off. We're up in 3 lights. Let's move. Things all here. Word came down. We are green to go. So gear up and grab your chutes. We're going to the war zone. We're cleared hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
Motherfuckers won't see me.
I'll see you on the other side. Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster. All right, soldier, mark a drop point for your squad and go get after it. Enemy soldier incoming.
Camera. Fucking campers.
A lot of people have it, the fear of being buried alive, and authorities say this man lived it. In what was supposed to be routine surgery, a St. Louis man says it was anything but. When I looked at my physical body lying on the bed, then I knew that I had died, and I thought, oh my God, I'm dead.
Imagine spotting someone walking out of a morgue in a body bag, or waking up at their own funeral. And how would you react to someone being conscious during surgery? Shocking, right? Well, today we have more real-life stories like these, where people danced on the edge of mortality and revealed creepy messages.
God took me to hell, and I smelled strange. After seeing the beauty of heaven, the contrast between hell is almost unbearable.
Here's a plot twist you won't see coming. Valadusha Goncalves, a 54-year-old man from Brazil, was declared not breathing by doctors. Yep, they even reported the whole shebang. Respiratory failure, multiple organ failure, and worse. Valadusha's family, obviously not in a good mood, started their funeral preparations and being put in a morgue. The funeral arrangements are all set, and his brother, Walterio, gets the green light to pop into the morgue and dress Valadusha for his final farewell. But he is about to get the jump scare of his life. Just as Walterio approaches the body bag, it starts moving. No, you're not in a horror movie, it's real life. Walterio, in shock, saw it wriggling. Then, he saw it rising and falling as if it was breathing. Walterio goes berserk, calls in the medical team, and guess what? Valadusha is not as deceased as one thought. Valadusha, feet already tied, nose and ears packed with cotton wool, was hastily shifted back to the intensive care unit of the same hospital that moved up. Later, he was moved to another hospital in San Salvador. family's request. What does Balduccio have to say about his Lazarus moment? Well, he can't speak, but he penned a letter claiming he came back all thanks to Blessed Irma Dolce, a revered Franciscan sister with miraculous powers in Brazil. Donna Penner.
I heard the surgeon speak up, and his words would send a shock to my system. And so, scalpel, please.
Meet our hero from Manitoba, Canada. Life was trucking along. Work, family, weddings. But then her period decided to throw a tantrum. The doctor suggested exploratory surgery, and off she goes. But Donna's surgery gets a dash of unexpected trauma. Anesthesia proposed to be
Get the fuck out of here!
fails spectacularly. Instead of the sweet embrace of unconsciousness, she's wide awake just moments before the surgeon goes all Indiana Jones on her abdomen. I mean, just try to imagine yourself on a table, fully aware and not being able to move. That's exactly what was going through her mind as well, and that was not all. It got spicier because no one in the room noticed. Fast forward a decade. Donna's lost her job, her independence is playing hide and seek, and nightmares are her new roommates. But Donna's not tapping out, she's on a mission. Teaming up with Canadian universities, and what's the mission? Educate doctors about the risks of anesthesia, awareness, and how to ace patient care. Iowa woman.
We're headed to the war zone. Get geared up and stand by. Enemies are dropping into the area. Enemies dropping into the AO. Enemy soldier incoming. All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
I want that bird ready in 3 mics. Relay those coordinates. There you are. We got the green light. You're going to the war zone. Grab your gear and shoot. You're up in 3. You are cleared hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
Let's get this done. Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster. All right, soldier, mark a drop point for your squad and go get after it.
I was still riding to sleep that damn shit in my fucking arm. Let me turn up now, man. Don't even get out like that. I'm real about the ass shit now.
fucking where in this game, dude. Can't go anywhere without a fucking camper in a corner, dude.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Enemy soldier incoming. Kill them all. You got reinforcements inbound. Primary objective complete. All
I love it out.
eliminated.
You say you gotta fight it too? You. Oh, okay. Drive right here. Yeah.
Supply boxes marked. Secure those locations.
That bitch coming all the way down.
Overhead. Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
One supply box down. 2 remain.
Hostile mosquito is online.
I ain't got no bread. Yeah, that's probably some shit you found.
Moving.
Hostile guardian has been deployed.
Nah, I was trying to see who killed us. Shit.
Earn this. Alright, your squad's in the safe zone.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's fine too.
Squadmates back on station. Good work.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Friendly loadout drops on the way. Your squadmates redeploying. Well done.
Hostile mosquito is online. Enemies deploy the counter UAV.
Ooh, shit, damn. Grab me, bro. My gun's up under this thing.
UAV
Man.
overhead. Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Give me some plates.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Yes, sir.
Signal broadcast detected. Encrypted signal confirmed. Decrypt the enemy signal by leading an enemy kills. We located the rest of them.
Hey, hello. Get him up, get him up.
Hey, one of y'all come get me.
Yeah, I got you. That's two different things.
Hostile mosquito is online.
Yeah, go ahead, y'all on.
Got gas moving in. The lead is yours. Stay relentless and secure a victory. Contract is compromised. Stand down. Supply cache locations are resecured. Lost that contract. Area disregard. Got movement.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Area's hot. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Flanking here.
I'm feeling like some shit, bro. Like, I'm supposed to kill that nigga, bro. We ain't have no fucking place for him.
Destroy it. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Prices have been reduced. Our Guardian's online.
Guardian inbound.
They put a real belt on my shit.
It's about to end. Make it count. Only 25 left. Keep up the good work. Gas is closing in.
Yeah, it's two of them. Yeah, it's two of them.
All squad members are in the safe zone.
One jump out.
Battery depleted. It's offline. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Fire. We're about to get evil. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
I want that bird ready in 3 mics. Relay those coordinates. Tango here. Word came down. We are green to go. So gear up and grab your chutes. We're going to the war zone. You are cleared hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
Let's get this done. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets to bring them back faster. Your team leader. Set a drop point for your squad, soldier.
Large pie, fry, large coffee, now.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Friendly Guardian is active. Enemy soldier incoming.
Hostile Mosquito is online. UAV overhead.
Are you fucking kidding? There's one in a corner, and then one in the other fucking corner. Unfucking real, dude.
Took one out!
You're redeploying. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Guardians lost power.
Fucking bitch, wait till I die, then come in. I mean, you're a cunt, dude.
We are returning you to the front. Earn this. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Enemies dropping into the AO. Located the rest of them. Your squad mate's redeploying. Well done.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed. Enemies deploy the counter UAV.
You've got reinforcements inbound. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. Rogue signal broadcast detected. Encrypted signal confirmed. Decrypt the enemy signal.
Camping bitches. Oh, look, a sniper doing absolutely nothing but getting his ass handed to him.
Get ready. You're redeploying. We're outside the top squad. Let's push harder to break in. You got reinforcements inbound. Check your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
Dude, I can't do this fucking camping, bro. This fucking camping's out of fucking control. Wow, 60 fucking bullets to kill that fucking guy, dude.
Exception of how to the family dog. Tensions have reportedly been brewing on the subject for some time. Reportedly disagreed with Samuel's lack of a full-time job and reliance on his mother to walk. A row erupted between the two men. They tried to get the two blokes to calm down.
Sorry, burger faggot.
Went into the kitchen and was realized. As Cameron obviously watched, he plunged the blessing into his younger brother's chest. Missing his heart, apparently the scene. Really desperately trying to revive Sam. announced their children were to appear. Early January of 2022, it was jailed for life. 21 years since. April of 2021 in Missouri.
Alright, faggots, get your camp on.
Dust off, we're up in 3 miles.
Or your tampon, bitch.
The specifics of their
Word came down. We
Because out of 4 of us, 3 of you are fucking campers. I'm definitely not one.
county deputies
We're hot on all threats. Watch your ass down there.
critical to his chest. He was rushed to a local hospital where he later passed away. Inside my investigation that reported to the last 24 months says that in America, she was the charge of us to clean and denied bond.
Alright, where are these fags gonna camp at?
Commerce County, with the secretary establishing severe vision problems and lived with his parents at the family's rural home, murdered the 59-year-old woman on Mother's Day for reasons unknown. Following the matricide, he wandered into Estacada Harbor's Market and stabbed Michael Wagner. This later at the police at 66, surviving the attack. Meanwhile, Webb's sister frantically called 911 as she discovered her mother's body along with the remains of her brother's dog. Webb's father, David, had been away from the house at the time of the killing. The suspect was examined by 2 psychiatrists after his arrest and was diagnosed with both schizophrenia and psychosis. Although he began medication following the diagnosis, he still reported hearing voices in his head a year after the attacks. Webb was found guilty by reason of insanity in June 2018. Every 2 years by the to determine if
No, they didn't hit us hard. I guess got a shit teammate.
headed to the war zone. Get geared up and stand by. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. All stations, green lights. We are deploying to the war zone.
I want that bird ready in 3 mics. Relay those coordinates. There we are. Head shed gave the green light. We're deploying you to the front lines. Gear up and grab your chutes. Rules of engagement are simple. Weapons free on all threats.
I'll see you on the other side. Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Kill to bring them back faster.
Enemy movement.
You're getting another chance. Make it count.
Enemies deploy the counter UAV. Hostile Mosquito is online. Hostiles deploy the Mosquito.
Is closing in. Target down.
Hostile Guardian has been deployed.
Wow. I got you though.
Resurging. Go get your revenge. It's all on you. Stay alive so your squad can redeploy. got reinforcements inbound. Loadout drop inbound. Hostiles broadcast detected. Encrypted signal confirmed. Decrypt the enemy signal by leading an enemy kills. Secure the supply boxes. Locations are marked on your TAC map.
Hostile counter UAV overhead. Enemies deployed a counter UAV. Hostile Mosquito is online.
We're outside the top squads. Let's push harder to break in. Members are in the safe zone.
Fucking camping in the tunnel over here, dude. Fucking little bitches.
Enemy KIA.
And they got wasps because they're camping. Fucking elite campers, dude. My fucking god, are you fucking kidding me? Fucking lame after fucking lame after fucking lame, dude.
Haley was arrested on domestic violence charges in September of 2018. According to the police, 29-year-old Track Palin was involved in a physical altercation with a female acquaintance at his home in Wasilla, Alaska. State troopers arrived at the house at about 10:37 p.m. after receiving a report about a disturbance. It emerged that Track had taken away the alleged victim's cell phone. In order to prevent her from calling the police, he then physically resisted the officers as they attempted to handcuff him. He was held at the Matsu pretrial facility in Palmer without bond on charges of domestic violence, interfering with a report of domestic violence, resisting arrest, and disorderly conduct. The incident occurred on the heels of another domestic episode at the Palin family residence in December of 2017. Track had reportedly gotten into a heated confrontation with his father, Todd, after breaking into his parents' house over a dispute about a pickup truck. Todd, who'd armed himself with a gun in anticipation of his son's arrival, was tackled to the ground and repeatedly punched in the head before ultimately escaping. At the time, Track was on probation for a previous domestic violence arrest stemming from an incident with his then-girlfriend in January of 2016. For the attack on his father, he pleaded guilty to first-degree criminal trespass, avoiding an assault charge and a potential 1-year jail sentence in exchange for attending an intense therapeutic program offered to U.S. veterans. As a result of his most recent arrest, however, Track became eligible for the program and was instead ordered to spend a year in custody, either at a halfway house or in jail. Number 3. Sandy Lewis's son. On November the 20th, 2014, Sandy Lewis's husband received a call from their 24-year-old son informing him he'd murdered the 53-year-old woman at their Detroit residence. The father immediately called 911 before rushing to the house where his son was waiting. Inside, he found his wife's body on the kitchen floor with multiple stab wounds. He restrained his son until the police arrived and took him into custody. The young man, whose name wasn't released to the media, was taken to the hospital where he was treated for a deep laceration. Although the reason for the murder remained undetermined, police theorized Lewis's son had stabbed him as a result of an argument and unspecified illness. Number 2. Henri Van Brenner. In January of 2015, a wealthy South African family brutally attacked their luxury villa on the Disalza Wildlands Golf Estate at Stellenbosch. The assault occurred during the early morning hours of the 27th, ultimately claiming the lives of millionaire property developer Martin Van Brenner, his wife, former IBM computer scientist Teresa, and their eldest son Rudy. The couple's daughter, Marley, survived but was left in a coma as a result of her near-deadly injuries and underwent several months of intensive physiotherapy in the aftermath. The Van Brenner's youngest son, Henri, only suffered minor superficial wounds. As was detailed in subsequent reports, the assailant had been armed with an axe during the course of the attack and had inflicted at least 17 wounds to the victims' skulls and necks. While being interviewed by the police, Henri indicated he'd sustained his relatively light injuries during a life or death struggle with the purported attacker, who he described as a master.
What the fuck?
As the investigation progressed, however, suspicions began to fall upon Henri, the only Van Brenner who had been killed or critically injured that fateful night. One of the initial red flags was the fact that multiple hours had passed following the supposed home invasion before he contacted the authorities. Furthermore, there were no signs of an intruder in the estate, which was outfitted with perimeter electric fencing and security gates, as well as CCTV and 24-hour dog patrols. The affluent family's villa exhibited no evidence of forced entry, and nothing had been stolen. Henri maintained his innocence while rumors began to circulate about a feud.
Fuck it, I'm gonna try it. This gun is so ugly.
In the period leading to their deaths, the young man had allegedly developed an addiction to drugs.
Uh-oh, not an addiction to drugs.
Previously paid after a year and a half of
Henry Van Brenner.
Enforcement finally gathered enough evidence to arrest Henri for the triple homicide of his parents and brother, as well as the vicious attack on his sister. In April of 2017, the case's legal proceedings commenced at Western Cape High Court, with an electoral plea of not guilty. The following May, however, Henri was convicted of murder, attempted murder, and obstruction of justice. He was given 3 consecutive life prison terms.
Sitting here like, man, what the fuck is this?
8 years. As a consequence of his incarceration, Henri missed out on the multi-million-dollar inheritance that had served as his primary motive in the first place. The estate was instead inherited in full by Marley, the sole survivor of her brother's attack. Number 1. William Josephus Warden. On November the 3rd of 2018, only a week after the devastating
Check your weapons, check your gear. We're holding for deployment. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemies dropping into the AO. All stations, this is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized.
Prep for dust off. We're up in 3 mics. Let's move. There we are. Head shed gave the green light. We're deploying you to the front lines. Gear up and grab your chutes.
What in the fuck is that? Looks like a fucking bug. What the fuck, dude? You guys holding out for Peppa Pig though, you bunch of fucking toddlers? Goddamn carpet cruiser motherfuckers.
Resurgence. Stay alive to keep your squad in the fight. Alright, soldier, mark a drop point for your squad and go get after it. Enemy soldier incoming.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito.
Good camping! Awesome camping!
Fire! Friendly fire! Watch it!
Stand by for redeployment. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
We're still just hiding in that room on that area.
Heads up, an enemy squad marked you as a bounty target. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work.
Coming to you, yeah, somebody just went up a zip line. Shit, they're down low. On the beach. Fucking side thing.
Hostile mosquito is online.
Fuck.
Enemy soldier incoming.
That is dead. Hitting.
You've got reinforcements inbound.
A little late on that one. They're down low.
Cashier!
So I'm turning this microphone off. Everybody's really calling it now.
Sending thermite!
You're back on station. Go get after it.
Enemy
They're on purple.
Mosquito is online.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Your squad mates redeploying. Well done. Friendly loadout drops on the way.
Oh my god, I've been running for 5 minutes. I can't find a gun.
Your squad mates marked as a most wanted target. Kill enemies and secure supply caches to help take the bounty off their head.
Once.
You've got reinforcements inbound. Detecting an encrypted transmission. Prep for orders. To decode the signal, prioritize opening loot caches.
Hostiles deploy the Mosquito.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. We're one of the top squads. Keep it up. Remaining operators from that squad.
Damn it.
Hunt them down. Most wanted contract failed. Your squad mate was KIA. Your squad mate's back on station. Good work. You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive. You've got reinforcements inbound. Enemies dropping into the AO. Ready to
Oh, it takes more than that. You know, you can do that. Call outs, all that stuff.
Marking the rest of
Need the help.
on your tac map. Go get hunting. You're losing ground. Move it. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Head to the safe zone.
And you got one running into there.
Tac map.
Coming in the yellow.
Another team, another bunch of fucking factions.
Target locked.
Strike in the AO.
Last fire mission.
Get ready. You're redeploying.
Got him. Got him. Fuck this double point shit. Yeah. Two on that head, got one knock. 3 of them, full team out there. Last one alive, last teammate, whoever's up.
Survive until your
Yeah.
squad can redeploy. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Good shit.
Fire sale active.
Get green back in. Fire sale real quick. Fire station. Work what I'm doing. Thank you guys.
Fire, asshole! Very fast here!
What to buy, man? He's coming back in anyway. I was just trying to get him in first. He did save all of us.
Bounty targets are up. Get after them. Enemy buy station incoming. Targets destroyed. Hell of a job. Got gas moving in.
Friendly mosquito deployed.
Where you guys at? I'll make it to you. I'll come to you. Coming to you now. See you. I see him flying in on you. I'm gonna drop him more than you.
Make it count. Fire sales over. Adjusting price.
Friendly mosquito active.
Got a drone up. I just put a drone on him.
Counter UAV.
Oh, I'm doing.
Hostiles deploy the mosquito. Watching enemy.
I'm with you. I'm right next to this cat.
Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Got one landed right on the other side of this. Shit, I'm getting lit up from behind. I'm getting lit up from behind. Got the guy shooting that yellow. Put a mark on him if you can. That portal fire. Oh, I see him out here shooting. Yeah. Someone just landed. On top of the roof, yellow. He's out here with us somewhere. Another one yellow right on my body. In the building. Two of them. I had a box solution too, yeah. I was trying to book it. Going with that. Y'all with it?
There you go, folks. Shot All-Star. Choke.
On July the 27th, 1990, 28-year-old Debbie Baker was enjoying her first night out since giving birth. She had spent a fun evening with her parents. While she was strolling to the car, people walking toward her. According to Bakery, one of the men said, "I'm serious, give it up." She subsequently turned around to find a gun pointed. The weapon was tossing, pulling through her mouth, reportedly blowing out all her bottom teeth and the gums on the lower left side of her mouth. Miraculously, Bakery survived the shooting, but she would undergo more than 40 dental and oral procedures over the next 10 years. 3 days after the shooting, young teen Ian Manuel was arrested in a separate incident, but he also ended up confessing to injuring Bakery. In February of 1991, he pleaded guilty to armed robbery and attempted murder. Because Bakery was apparently in shock that her assailant was a young teen, she spoke during Manuel's sentencing hearing, saying that he should be rehabilitated instead of going to prison. Nevertheless, Manuel was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. In December of 1991, she got a phone call from Manuel himself. He apologized and asked for her forgiveness, which she did. After that brief conversation, the two formed a friendship. In 2010, when the Supreme Court threw out life sentences for juveniles, Bakery started fighting for Manuel's release, saying he'd served enough time. Eventually, he was released on November the 10th of 2016. Days after his release, more than 26 years after the shooting, Bakery met Manuel again at a gas station parking lot. This time it was all hugs. Bakery told the newspaper that it was like a long lost reunion. It was so nice. Number 2. Caleb Winkler. A New Jersey man was hanged for 25 years. Killed the Nolan Road in Maple Shade, the ordeal unfolded shortly after 2 p.m. on February 23rd, 2020, during which local responded to the location on a report of gunfire, according to the Burlington County Prosecutor's Office. Police officers found 22-year-old Caleb Winkler and her boyfriend, 24-year-old Meg Bass, got out of the elevator in the building's lobby with apparent gunshot wounds. They were taken to the area hospital. Winkler died. Bass was treated for a gunshot wound to the shoulder and survived. Investigators 21-year-old Marge T. Pittman, together with an unnamed teenage perpetrator, brought to the Rockkin. They were acquainted. Pittman allegedly put the gun to Winkler's head and shot the victims as they fled. The accomplice was the shooting. Juvenile status pleaded guilty to murder in 2022. Pittman was sentenced to aggravated murder in April of 2023. He was ordered to serve a life September 2023. We'll line up our previous released extra long compilation with many more cases for those of you who can't get enough of this topic. Stay tuned. Number 1. Guy Olivia Mitchell, Caitlin Lee. Shortly before 8 p.m. July 14th. 18-year-old Guy Olivia Mitchell was driving her friends Caitlin Lydia Huddleston and Ellis Marr, both aged 18, to a restaurant near their hometown. Mitchell had only recently gotten her driver license. Apparently, although Mitchell hadn't been speeding, she was driving on an unfamiliar rural road in wet weather. When she turned the corner, she lost control of the Toyota Yaris and hit a 4-transit van on Caitlin died at the scene. Was in the back seat, survived. She and the 51-year-old driver of the van were airlifted. Investigators determined that no one involved had consumed any alcohol or other banned substances. Coroner Robert Chapman ruled that Mitchell and Caitlin died of multiple injuries. At the inquest into their deaths, Chapman reportedly called for a phased licensing system introduced in the UK, preventing young, newly qualified drivers from carrying passengers until they've been driving for 6 months. A 19-year-old university student was kidnapped and murdered by a man who offered to help her replace a flat tire in September of 2019 at approximately 8 a.m. on the 24th of July. Physiotherapy student Mariana Baza departed from a gym in Baruch, Brazil, in a freight. After her colleague had already left the work on her motorcycle, Baza noticed that one of the tires on her car was deflated. A passerby later identified as Rodrigo Pereira Alves, aged 37, approached the young girl and offered to assist her in fixing the flat. CCTV footage from the exterior of the gym captured the initial interaction. Alves then crossed over to the other side of the road and soon followed by Baza, who drove her car into a small lot outside the purview of the surveillance cameras. Baza took a picture of the man as he worked on her vehicle and sent it to members of her family, including her boyfriend, Lieutenant Navy Officer Jefferson Viana. As the latter later told the police, Baza indicated that she wasn't fearful of Alves. At the time she sent the image, that message marked the final communication made by the young woman prior to her death. Security cameras recorded Baza's car being driven from the scene roughly an hour later. Investigators believe that it was Alves operating the vehicle. One of Baza's relatives attempted to contact her later that day, but was unable to reach her. The student was subsequently reported missing, and local authorities launched a manhunt for Alves. After gaining access to the picture Baza had taken, officers descended on the suspect's residence in Itapolis and eventually located him hiding on the roof of a nearby house. The man confessed to the murder and revealed that he dumped the victim's body at a sugarcane farm 40 miles from the gym in which he'd first encountered her. Alves was reported as an individual with an extensive criminal record and had only been released from prison a month before he carried out Baza's murder. Investigators later established that it was Alves himself who'd slashed the young woman's tire in the first place in order to entrap her. Number 6. William Husel, an Ohio doctor, was charged with multiple counts of murder for prescribing fatal doses of pain medication to a number of his patients from 2015 to 2018. During his 10 years as a critical care physician at Mount Carmel Health in Columbus, 43-year-old Ruben Ducel had allegedly ordered dangerously high doses of fentanyl for at least 25 of the individuals entrusted to his care. One of the cases, for which the doctor was criminally charged, involved a 63-year-old woman by the name of Beverly Schertzen. Ducel had reportedly given the elderly patient 500 micrograms of the synthetic opioid substance, which medical experts characterized as a lethal dose. In October of 2017, Schertzinger passed away not long after Ducel had told the woman's family that her prognosis was bleak. A hospital staff alerted local authorities to the doctor's suspicious behavior, and an investigation into his conduct led to his arrest on June the 5th of 2019. Detectives didn't disclose what they believed to have been the man's motive for distributing the deadly dosages to his patients. Prosecutors contended that there was no legitimate medical basis for Ducel to have administered the drugs in such extreme quantities. The former doctor filed a motion to have his murder charges dismissed, but a Franklin County judge eventually denied his formal request in December of 2021. Number 5. Sydney Loof. In November of 2017, a young woman was murdered and dismembered after being lured on a date with a woman she met online on November the 14th. 24-year-old hardware store clerk Sydney Loof of Neely, Nebraska, went on her first date with Bailey Boswell, also 24, whom she first encountered on Tinder. After their initial meetup, Loof was excited about seeing her again, as she reportedly told her colleague, Tara Gary, who sent a message to her friends on Snapchat. Prior to her second date with Boswell, the following Friday, she then failed to show up to work on November 16th, prompting her loved ones to report her missing to local authorities, whose remains were eventually found by investigators on December the 4th, 3 weeks after her abrupt disappearance. Her dismembered body parts had been discarded in several trash bags. The investigation conducted by Saline County Police led them to arrest Boswell and her boyfriend, Aubrey Trail, aged 51. According to court records, Boswell had brought Loof to Trail's residence on the night of their second date, reportedly hoping to recruit the victim into the man's cult. At one point in the evening, Trail allegedly strangled Loof with an extension cord in an effort to keep her from alerting the authorities to his and Boswell's supposedly illicit lifestyle. During a court hearing in 2019, Trail attempted to slit his own throat while loudly declaring his girlfriend's innocence. He was ultimately sentenced to death in June of 2021, while Boswell was given a life sentence later that same year. Number 4. Anthony Sudero. A woman was found guilty of fatally starving her landlord in order to inherit his multi-million-dollar estate. By the time of his death in 2014, 59-year-old Anthony Sutheran's health had already been in severe decline. The reclusive millionaire required a living caretaker, which prompted 62-year-old Linda Ricard, a former social worker and trusted friend of his, to move onto his farm in South Newington, Oxfordshire. Ricard subsequently orchestrated a plot to steal the wealthy man's fortune by forging his wills for him and his elderly mother, but made herself a beneficiary of his estate. The woman successfully convinced Michael Dunkley, Denise Neal, and Shanda Robinson to sign the fraudulent will as witnesses. Ricard then proceeded to deprive Susan of food and medical care in order to accelerate his imminent passing and hasten her coming into control of his wealth. She discouraged visitors in an effort to conceal the fact that the old man had become dangerously emaciated. Susan's death hadn't initially aroused suspicion, but an investigation was launched into the matter after Ricard was found to have taken hundreds of thousands of dollars from her former landlord's bank accounts. She eventually confessed to carrying out his murder and forging both wills in January of 2020. Duncan, Neal, and Robinson were all found guilty of fraudulently signing said wills and were sentenced to prison terms varying in length from 24 to 32 months. Ricard was jailed for a minimum of 28 years, while her husband was sentenced to 10.5 years himself. Number 3. Gabriel Buchlaki. A teenager from Nevada was abused and murdered by a close friend in March of 2020. The victim was identified as Spring Creek resident Gabriel Brittany Buchlaki, a self-described cowgirl with an expressed passion for horses. The young woman had been reported missing on March 8th. 3 days later, her body was found with slash wounds on her throat in a remote area of the desert near the city of Elko. On March the 19th, the Elko County Sheriff's Office announced in a press release that they'd arrested Bryce Dickey, aged 18, whom the victim had known from the rodeo circuit for many years. Dickey had publicly warned vigilantes on Facebook in the days following her disappearance, but he was ultimately charged with open murder in connection to her death. Investigators reportedly found bloody boots in the young man's closet and a contraceptive device near the scene of the crime that had traces of both Dickey's and Uchlaki's DNA on it. Dickey had allegedly created a fake alibi during his initial interviews with the police, claiming to have witnessed the victim climb into a pickup truck with a tall cowboy on the night she went missing. He faced a first-degree murder charge for killing a girl who reportedly considered him to be her big brother. Number 2, Brett Bednar. On February 17th of 2014, a teenage boy was murdered in Essex, England, by a friend he met online. Before his violent demise, Brett Bednar from Caterham, Surrey, was a member of the air training corps who spent a significant portion of his spare time playing video games online with his friends. Through his gaming sessions, Bednar had become acquainted with an unemployed computer engineer named Lewis Danes, aged 19. The latter soon joined the online gaming group to which Bednar also belonged. As their friendship progressed, Bednar's mother, Lauren Lefebvre, began to sense changes in the boy's personality and ideology, which she attributed to the negative influence Danes was having on him. In December of 2013, Lefebvre contacted Surrey law enforcement to express her concerns over the possibility that her son had become a victim of online grooming. She provided little actionable information for the police to follow through on. Thus, her impassioned warnings were largely ignored by the authorities. On the day of Bednar's murder, he'd hailed a taxi to take him to Danes' apartment, where the two were to meet in person for the first time. Later that day, Bednar's 12-year-old siblings, who were triplets, began receiving messages that their brother was dead. Danes had reportedly sent photos of Bednar's body to their gaming. The images were subsequently disseminated on social media. Emergency responders were called to Danes' flat, where Bednar was found with a fatal stab wounds to his neck. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Danes, who was described by his neighbors as reclusive, was ultimately sentenced to life in prison for the murder. Crown prosecutor Jenny Hopkins called it one of the most cruel, violent, and unusual cases with which she had ever been involved.
Essex Police Emergency.
Hi there. Hello. I need police and a friend to my address.
What do you mean? What's happened?
My friend and I got into an altercation, and I'm the only one who came out alive.
Are you telling me you've killed somebody?
Yes.
Right, and who am I speaking to?
My name is Lewis Gaines. I'm 18 years old, and I live...
You're telling me he is definitely dead?
Yes, I'm telling you he's definitely dead.
Number 1. Keely Bunker. A 20-year-old woman from Tamworth, England, was assaulted and murdered by her childhood friend on the night of September the 18th, 2019. Keely Bunker was accompanied by a close female friend as she attended a performance by British rapper H at the O2 Arena in Birmingham. The pair were reportedly celebrating Bunker's recent birthday. After the concert had ended, the two women met up with Wesley Street, also 20, whom Bunker had known since they were children. The group went to a nightclub where Street became extremely intoxicated after allegedly consuming 3 drinks for every one the girls had had. They later got a taxi back to Tamworth, at which point Bunker's female friend offered to let her stay the night at her apartment. The young woman refused, claiming that she was tired and wanted to sleep in her own bed. Bunker also said that Street would walk home with her and ensure she got there safely. The following day, Bunker's uncle found her lying face down in a brook in Wigginton Park. Her lifeless body had been hidden beneath a pile of branches. A post-mortem examination of Bunker's corpse was performed, during which it was determined that she'd been strangled to death. Street's DNA was found on her body, and he was subsequently taken into custody and charged with murdering his trusted friend. He claimed to have accidentally killed the young woman as they supposedly engaged in consensual relations, but he was ultimately sentenced to life in prison.
Number 8. Yesenia Morales. On July the 18th of 2021, a Colombian lawyer and her boyfriend went to a popular bungee jumping spot that was located on a bridge in the town of Amaga. Having never bungee jumped before, 25-year-old Yesenia Morales was later described to have been quite nervous while awaiting her turn in line. There were approximately 100 people on the viaduct that day, and subsequent reports indicated that Morales and her boyfriend were roughly the 90th visitors to take the plunge into the 150-foot gorge. Morales' partner was up first. After attaching the bungee cord to his ankles, the workers gave a signal that he was prepped and ready to jump. Morales, in a state of confusion, brought on by her extreme anxiety, misconstrued the signal as being meant for her, and she mistakenly jumped off the bridge without a cord attached to her. The young woman's tragic leap was recorded by another tourist on a nearby cliff, and the video was widely shared on social media in the incident's aftermath. Horrified and distraught, Morales' boyfriend raced to the bottom of the valley and came upon her unresponsive body, at which point he fruitlessly attempted to perform CPR. By the time emergency services arrived at the scene, Morales was already dead, and a post-mortem examination later revealed that the young woman had suffered a heart attack before impacting the ground. Number 7. Maggie Tarasca. Student pilot Maggie Tarasca experienced an aircraft malfunction during her first solo flight on September the 9th of 2018. The 17-year-old began her journey at the Beverly Regional Airport in Massachusetts, with a course set for Portland, Maine, roughly 90 miles away. Shortly after taking off, however, the plane Tarasca was piloted lost its right main landing gear wheel. Speaking after the incident, the teenager detailed how she desperately tried to suppress her overwhelming stress and anxiety as she coordinated with the air tower on how to land the craft safely. Beverly Airport manager Gloria Bouillon later revealed that Tarasca became emotional upon being informed that she would need to perform an emergency landing with only 2 of the plane's 3 wheels. The pilot reportedly circled the strip for about 30 minutes until she felt comfortable and calm enough to land. Tarasca's mother and father, both of whom had ample flight experience, nervously watched from the ground below as their daughter approached the runway on which she'd been told to direct her landing. To assist in the teenage pilot's dangerous and nerve-wracking maneuver, the airport temporarily shut down so as to mitigate potential distractions. With help and support from her personal instructor, Tarasca was able to land the plane successfully without sustaining any injuries. Number 6. Nicole Moore. In 2021, Nicole Moore's improbable story gained international attention after the woman revealed that she'd gotten pregnant nearly a decade prior, in spite of never having had intercourse. According to the 28-year-old supply teacher from Portsmouth, Hampshire, she suffered from a medical condition that precluded her from having intercourse or using certain conventional feminine care products. Moore and her boyfriend reportedly found alternative ways of being intimate with one another, which ultimately led to her unintentionally getting pregnant at the age of 18. After her story was widely disseminated on social media, Moore was playfully nicknamed Virgin Mary. The young woman detailed how she didn't officially lose her virginity until she was already 5 months pregnant, which she'd accomplished with the help of a physical therapist who'd reduced the severity of her condition. Number 5. The Russian first-time flyer. In July of 2017, a video surfaced online of a bloodied airplane passenger shouting hysterically and aggressively punching the seat in front of him. The viral clip was reportedly captured during a Red Wings flight from Moscow to Antalya, Turkey. According to the Russian news outlet Moscow 24, it was the unidentified man's first time flying in an airplane, and he'd reportedly attempted to calm his nerves by consuming alcohol. He soon became unruly and frantic, however, and his drink was therefore confiscated by the flight crew. Enraged, the man then reportedly began pacing through the aisle of the cabin, demanding other travelers give him their alcoholic beverages. In an attempt to quell the frenzied passenger, flight attendants tried tying seatbelts around him to keep him restrained in his seat. The man resisted and in doing so forcefully hit his face on the back of the seat in front of him. In a later portion of the video, several other passengers were shown forcing the man to lie down while they restrained him with seatbelts. A traveler seated behind him also wrapped their arms around his neck to keep him seated. Upon the plane's arrival in Turkey, the belligerent passenger was taken into custody by local law enforcement. Although he and his family had taken the flight to Antalya for a holiday in the Turkish resort city, it was reported that they were immediately rerouted back to Russia following the plane's landing. Number 4. Jaime Alvarez. Jaime Alvarez, a public defender from Santa Clara County, California, took a trip to Spain in July of 2019 to take part in the annual Running of the Bulls in Pamplona. During the first run of the San Fermin Festival on the 7th of the month, 46-year-old Alvarez reportedly ran most of the roughly 900-yard course. The pack of animals was then released, and by the time Alvarez entered the bullfighting arena, they had already caught up to him. Threatened by the raging bulls, he scaled a nearby fence for safety and waited until most of them had left the area to climb down. He then pulled out his cell phone in order to capture a selfie, which he wanted as a souvenir from his first visit to the famous Spanish festival. Before he could take the picture, however, Alvarez was trampled and gored by a charging bull that had strayed from the rest of the pack. The tourist later recounted how he didn't realize the extent or severity of his injuries until he touched his neck and his hand came away covered in blood. A bystander pulled Alvarez to safety and he was then transported to a regional hospital where he underwent a 2-hour-long surgery. Doctors later detailed how the bull's horn had deeply penetrated Alvarez's neck and fractured his cheekbone. His jugular vein and major arteries were left untouched by the animal's charge, an aspect described to Alvarez as beyond miraculous. Number 3. Justice Booze. On May the 4th of 2016, Justice Booze showed up for his first day as a gardener in Guilderland, an affluent town in upstate New York. At some point during his inaugural shift, the 23-year-old father reportedly helped his colleagues at Countryside Tree Service remove several large trees from the front yard of a local home. As he was feeding tree fragments into a wood chipper, the inexperienced worker's hand became stuck in the machine, and he was unable to dislodge it. Booze's entire body was then pulled into the chipper and he was killed. In the wake of the tragic accident, the Occupational Safety and Health Administration launched an official investigation into Booze's death. The federal agency ultimately determined that Tony Watson, the owner of Countryside Tree Service, had failed to properly train Booze and other employees on safely operating the company's dangerous power equipment. Watson consequently faced more than $141,000 in fines in connection to the incident. A GoFundMe page was created by Booze's friend with the intention of providing financial support to his fiancée. Number 2. Jennifer Sinclair. At about 10 p.m. on December the 6th of 2018, Florida woman Jennifer Sinclair was picked up at her home by a man from New York, and the two then went on a first date. In the early hours of the following day, Sinclair was reportedly riding on the back of her date's motorcycle as he traveled down Interstate 95 in Pompano Beach. According to West Palm Beach's WPBF TV, Sinclair ended up falling off the bike, and several bystanders would later report seeing a man standing by the 33-year-old's body on the side of the road before eventually fleeing the scene. A lawsuit filed by Sinclair's family alleged that the individual described by eyewitness testimonies was the man with whom she'd been on a date. The lawsuit accused him of abandoning the woman after realizing she was critically injured. Florida Highway Patrol officials reported that multiple drivers accidentally ran over the woman's body around 1:30 a.m. and she was ultimately found dead at about 3 a.m. The motorcycle rider, later named as Miles McChesney, was cleared of any wrongdoing following an official investigation by the Highway Patrol, and subsequent reports indicated it was unlikely he'd face criminal charges in connection to the incident. Number 1. Gianna Triplicata. After graduating from high school in May of 2020, Gianna Triplicata planned a thrill-seeking outing with her grandmother at Skydive Atlanta, based at the Thomaston-Upson County Airport in Georgia. The 18-year-old had long been considering skydiving, and on July the 12th of that year, she followed through on her wish. On the day of her first ever jump, Triplicato reported an experienced skydiver named Nick Esposito, aged 35. As detailed in subsequent reports on the incident, their primary parachute failed to open properly during their mid-air descent.